ASP.NET Core Forms. So let's see how we can create a form in ASP.NET Core to get the input from the end user. So when you're talking about the forms, so forms are the essential part of any web application. So when you are willing to create a web application, we create the form to accept the input from the end user. ASP.NET Core offers two types of forms which we can create. So we have synchronous form and we have asynchronous form. So asynchronous form is AJAX form. So in case of synchronous form, we post the value on the server side in synchronous manner, and in asynchronous form, we post the value in asynchronous way. So obviously when we're talking about the asynchronous way, so we need to make a AJAX call. So that AJAX call we make with the help of jQuery or like jQuery AJAX. So these are the two ways by which we can create the forms in ASP.NET Core. Now let's talk about the ASP.NET Core forms type, like how the ASP.NET Core forms are connected with our model. So in ASP.NET Core, we can create weekly type forms. So weekly type forms are not connected with any model class. They don't have any connection with the model class. So weekly type form we can create with the help of HTML helpers. And HTML helpers are also available in ASP.NET MVC 5. So in the similar way, we can create here weekly type forms. So in the HTML helpers, you need to just pass your text box name, like your form input controls name, and based upon that, they create the form. The second one is here the strongly type form. So strongly type form you can create with the help of HTML helpers as well as tag helpers. So in HTML, we are having the strongly type helper, which are used to create the strongly type forms. And in ASP.NET Core, the recommended practice is you should use the tag helpers, because tag helpers are pretty much easy and to understand when we are writing our HTML markup. So generally when you create the form in ASP.NET Core, we apply the client side, we apply the server side validation. So usually we use the strongly type forms, or you can say usually we create a form as strongly type, and tag helpers is the recommended practice in ASP.NET Core to create the form here. So let's get started to create the ASP.NET forms. Creating weekly typed forms. So let's see how we can create a weekly type forms in our ASP.NET Core. So here I'm having the Visual Studio 2019. So I'm opening it. You can use here Visual Studio 2017 also. There is no issue. But here I'm using the Visual Studio 2019. So what you need to do here, you need to create a new project. So let's go to here, create a new project. Then from here you can select the project type, which type of project you are willing to create. I'm willing to create a web application, and here is ASP.NET Core web app option I'm getting, which you can run on Windows, Linux and Mac. Now just click on the next button. Now here specify your project name. So I'm defining my project name, let's say weekly typed forms. Then define the location where you are willing to store. So I'm using here desktop code, and let me define here the folder name as ASP.NET Core. In ASP.NET Core I will add this project. Now let's click on the create button so that we can create our ASP.NET Core application. Then here you will get here .NET Core, .NET Framework, and what are the version you are willing to use, you can use here. So you can use here ASP.NET Core 2.0, 2.1, 2.2 and 3.0 also. So right now 3.0 is not released, but the form are same here in 3.0 also. So let's here start with the MVC web application using MVC pattern. I'm just going to create here, and here click on this create button. So let's creating a project with the name weekly typed forms for us using the ASP.NET Core. So you can see here the project has been created successfully. So now what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to create a new controller, because we are going to create a weekly typed form. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to create a account controller with login action, and the login action we will create the login page so that the user can do login. So just do right click here, then you will get add, and I'm getting here add controller. Select the controller option, and here using the scaffolding we can generate the code for our controller. So I'm using here MVC controller empty. So I'm creating empty controller, define the controller name, let's say account is my controller name I'm defining. Click on the add button. So using scaffolding it is generating the code for us. So you can see here the code has been generated successfully. So now let's define our action name as login here. So this is my action name. Let me make the font size bigger this way. Now for the login action, let's create a login page. So just do right click and here add a view here, and suggesting the view name as login here by default. And I'm just going to start with template as empty, and the layout, what are the layout we have in the views folder. So just click on that button. So by default layout we are choosing here. Again using the scaffolding it is generating the code for us, and here in the shade folder that is underscore layout. This is underscore layout where I can define my link to navigate to this page. So there are some link already here. So I'm just defining my link here. Let's say account login. I'm just changing the existing one. Define the link text as login. We have just defined like this way. So by clicking over here we can directly navigate to this login action, and it will show this login view. And here we are talking about the weekly typed view. So in the weekly type view we don't need to create the form controls based upon the model class. So independently we can create. So how I can create it? With the help of HTML helpers we can create a weekly type form. So for HTML helper just use here using a statement, then I'm using here HTML.begin form. This is the method I'm calling here. And now here let's define the div, and for the div I'm just defining here username. For username let's define a text box. So with the help of HTML helper I can create the text box @HTML dot text box. Now define the text box name as let's say username. So this is the text box for username we are creating. Same way we can create a text box for password also. So define here password, and here it's a password. So this is a password helper which we are using for creating that text box for password. And finally define a button here. I'm adding here a submit button. Input type submit. Input type equal to, it would be here submit. Then you can define the value also. So value would be here log. So this way we just created here a simple login form with the help of standard HTML helpers. So these are the same helper as we have in ASP.NET MVC5. So even it is a similar way for creating the form as we have in MVC5 also. And this form is known as the weekly type form because it's not having any dependency on a model class. So let's see how it is looking to us. So let's run the code. So this is my browser, it's showing to me, and now you can see there is a link login. Just go to the login page and you can see there is a text box for username, there is a text box for password. If you will enter here, let's say Shailendra, and password let's say 1234. It's working fine, but so far we have not written any method for receiving the form input controls value on the server side. So that code we will write later on, because our objective is right now to understand how we can create the forms in ASP.NET Core. So this is the example of the weekly type forms. Creating strongly typed forms. So let's see how we can create a strongly typed forms in ASP.NET Core. So for this I'm using here again Visual Studio 2019, and let's create a new project. And again we are just going to create a web application. So either you can select from it the project type as a web, then you will get a ASP.NET Core web application template. So now just click on the next. Define your application name. So application name is let's say strongly typed form. Strongly typed forms. Click on the create button. Again I'm using here MVC template. for creating my ASP.NET Core application. And here the strongly typed form we can create by using the HTML helpers, like you can say by using the strongly typed helpers as we have in ASP.NET MVC file, and in ASP.NET Core we are having the tag helpers as well. So using the tag helpers you can also create a strongly typed form. So let's first create a strongly typed form with the help of HTML helpers. So what I'm doing here, I'm adding let's add a controller. I'm defining my controller name as account. So using scaffolding, it is generating the code for us. And now define the action name as, let's say, login using HTML helpers. I'm adding the action name like this way so that we can understand. Let's say it's a login page which we are creating using the HTML helpers. So just do right click and here add a view. So this is my view name. Let's add it. And for creating a strongly typed view, you need to create a model class. So let's create a model class. So I'm defining my model class name as login view model. It's a login view model is my model class name. Define the model class property as, let's say, string username. Then add a property here, let's say string password. So these are the two properties we have added here, username and password. And now let's make this view as a strongly typed by adding the reference of this login view model class using @model directive. So login view model. Now this is strongly typed view. Now here I can create a strongly typed form with the help of a strongly typed HTML helpers. So we can use here using then HTML, then use here begin form, and here I can create a div for the username, then colon @HTML, then use here text box 4. So in the text box 4, with the help of lambda expression, we can create a text box for username and the password property. So let's use here m for model I'm using here, then lambda operator, then m dot user name. So in this way I can create a text box for my username property. Same way I can create here for password also. So it's password, and for password there is a password 4, and for which property you are willing to create, I'm willing to create this text box for password property. Then add a submit button. So I'm adding here input type submit, it's submit, and value would be here login. This way I'm adding here a login value. So in this way we have created a strongly typed view with the help of a strongly typed helper. Now let's run the code and see how it is working. But before that, make sure we have fixed the navigation. So in the navigation there is a link account and action name we need to mention here login HTML helpers. So we are creating here a login page using the HTML helpers. Now let's run the code and see how it's creating the input controls for us using the strongly typed HTML helpers. So just go to the login page and you can see I'm getting here username, I'm getting here password. If you will type here, it's showing my name, it's showing password 1234. Perfectly the page is going to be created. If we will look into the source code, in the source code you can see there is a username text box containing the ID as username, name as username, and here for password also it's password. So perfectly it's created a form for us using the strongly typed HTML helpers. Same way we can create a form using the tag helpers as well. So let's see how we can create the form using the tag helpers. So what I can do, I'm just using here login using the tag helpers. Now add a view, and this time using here tag helpers. So this view also we need to make as strongly typed. So just add the reference of model class using model directive. So I'm just using here, let's say login view model, and using the tag helper we need to use here form tag. In the form tag I can define here the controller name So controller name would be here account, where you are willing to post the value when this form is going to be posted. ASP-action. Section would be here. What the action? We need to make its post version of this method also. Even in the above case also we need to create the post version. So you can create the post version for receiving the posted form data. So I can receive a poster form data with the help of user view model reference. So it's a user view model. So what are the name is, what are the class we are having here? It's a login view model, sorry, not the login. It's a login view model. So using this one we can receive the value of posted form and just decorate it with HTTP post like this way. Similar way we need to define for login tag helpers as well. It's a login tag helpers where we will receive the value of our posted forms data here. So here we will receive. So this is the name we need to mention in this login tag helpers. Like this is the action where I will post my form data. And what method you are using here? I'm using here method post. By default, even when you are having HTML form, it use the post method. But here you can mention the method as post explicitly. That's fine. Now define here a div as username :@. I'm just using here this time tag helper, not the HTML helpers. So we just use here input as it is. Then define here input type would be here, let's say text. Then there is a ASP-4. Then in the ASP-4 need to mention the property name for which you are willing to create the input control. So I'm willing to create input control for username property in login view model class. Same way we should define here for password also. It's password. And for password input type, password ASP-4 would be here password. So this way we are using here tag helper. So we are using a tag helper ASP-4 for creating the input control for username text box, ASP-4 for password for getting the input control for password. And for submit button we should use an input type equal to submit, then to mention a value as login. So now the code is much clean as compared to the strongly type helper. If you will see in the strongly type helper, code is not so much readable because it's just like a C# method we are having. But here if you will see, this is the much readable code as compared to the previous one. So even if you are working with the UI developer, so that UI developer easily can understand, oh, this is the text box, this is the password, and here we are getting for username and the password, because here ASP for ASP.NET. So now let's mention here on the layout page as well for the linking purpose. So let me copy the same li, and this time we need to mention the action name as login tag helper here. Login, and it's a tag helpers I'm using this way. Now let's run the code and see how it is working. So go to the login tag helpers page, and you can see again it's creating the text box for username and password. And if you will, let's say mentioning here username as Shailendra, password as 1234, and for receiving the value on the server side, let's do mention here a breakpoint. I'm putting here a breakpoint here this way. It's a login tag helper. Click on the login button and you can see it's coming over here, and you can see I'm getting here username as well, I'm getting here password. So this is the way how we can receive the value on the action level, what the form we posted from our view. So this is about the strongly type forms we can create with the help of HTML helpers and with the help of the tag helpers.